own. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men, so they understand the sensitive nature of ED or low T. Call 561-459-3000. Lawrence K.
Okay, welcome back for another episode of Maxim Men's Hour. I'm here with my co-host, Pet, today. Welcome, Pet.
Oh, well, hello, Larry. How are you?
Good, good. And just to give my listening audience a little background, you are a Penthouse cover girl.
I'm a Penthouse Pet cover girl, internationally published model, face model. I do swimwear and all kinds of good stuff, Larry. All kinds of good stuff.
I know. And, you know, I think what I really like so much about having you on the show and being sort of a co-host, shall we say, is that I just think that when I talk about certain issues, to have somebody like yourself able to sort of see a woman's perspective about sometimes what men go through. And as you know, Maxim Men's Clinic, we specialize in erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, we do weight loss.
Right.
And, you know, let's sort of jump right in. I mean, you know, you've had experience over the years. You know, you've spoken to a lot of men, especially a lot of times at your shoots or being out and active.
I have.
I mean, you know, sort of give me a little taste where you can see sort of a difference.
It's all in a man's carriage in the way that he conducts himself, and if he has confidence and a certain air about him. I think the word now is swag. You know, if he has a certain amount of game, I think a man needs to know that he's able. He may be willing, but that he's able. And I think that adds a lot to a man's air about him.
Well, you know, when we get men that come into the office, certainly it's private and it's confidential, but you know that there is an issue there. There is a little bit of that lost step, swagger, however you want to call it. And when we're able to help an individual find that way back, like let's talk about ED, where we guarantee that he can get and maintain an erection, you know, what a difference. You can see when he comes back the following week to get some more medicine, hey, it's a difference.
Well, he's a little lighter in his step maybe because this is, I would think this is a great burden on a man if I had to empathize and put myself in his position, perhaps. You know, I could see that being a weight, and so, you know, to unburden himself and to know that he can be what he knows he is, you know, on all levels, and I think that must be great.
Right. And you know, the other thing that you and I have always talked about is, you know, besides that confidence, I think that a woman, and you've mentioned this before, I think that they respect their man or partner or significant other to go and do something about this.
Right. I mean, that's a very mature mindset, and it's a very selfless mindset, I think. You know, you have a woman that you want to be with and satisfy, and again, you're burdened perhaps with the thought that you cannot do that. And, you know, as a woman, I would say, you know, love me enough to, you know, let's go handle this. Let's go take care of this.
Right.
You know?
And I think also, too, what I talk about a lot is, you know, sometimes a man, maybe he has been in a relationship for a long time. He wants to please his partner. Maybe he doesn't get a lot of stimulation, or, you know, isn't turned on as much. But with our medicines, we guarantee an erection. They take the dose within 10 minutes. I always joke they can be watching Fox News. It doesn't matter. They're going to get an erection. It's not like they had to swallow a pill or wait for it. You know, not all of the women they're with are like yourself. I mean, they have to, you know, they might need some help with the stimulation, but we can do it for them. And I'm always telling the guys listening out there, you know, don't be bashful. You know, don't really feel ashamed. Come into the clinic, get the free test dose, and see.
Well, you know, I have to also say that you say, you know, they don't have the stimulus. I think that, again, the burden of knowing I can't perhaps follow through would be, I mean, let's be cheeky about it, would weigh down the erection. I mean, you're not going to be open to the stimulation if it's like a mental tease. You don't want to do that to yourself. So, you know, maybe they're not open to how lovely their lady is, and then she feels that, and she feels it's her And so I think that it would just simplify everything and bring a lot of synchronicity and
Sure.
harmony into the bedroom, the kitchen, wherever you may want to do it.
Of course.
You know.
Well, you know, what I like to talk about is the fact that our particular medicines, again, they work as a guarantee. Levitra, Cialis, Viagra, you go to your doctor, you get a couple doses, but if it doesn't work, they're limited, and there's a lot of side effects. The particular medicine we prescribe, there's, if any, very few side effects. They get an erection immediately, and they can perform. And you know, you've been around a little bit. You've talked to other women, you know, guys that just sort of today, you know, one pump and that's it. It doesn't go for that.
That's not the best game in town. No, it's not. And you know, then again, you leave your lady frustrated, and then, you know, I would imagine you get frustrated. You know, I just think it would simplify everything if a man that knows he has these challenges, just like any other health challenge,
right,
you would go to a professional and you would have it addressed. And you're doing it not just for yourself, but selflessly for either the woman you love or just to get laid. But, you know, it's all good.
Right.
Get in there and, you know, go to Maxim and
do something.
and
Sure.
do something about
it. Yeah, right. 561-459-3000, 561-459-3000, or the website MaximMen'sClinic.com, MaximMen'sClinic.com. I always like to say it's very important. Right now, we're at the end of the summer, and our prices are phenomenal. Free lab work, free blood work, free consultation with the doctor. But you do have to call in. You have to make an appointment. Either call in to the office, which is always standing by operators, or you can go on the website. And if you're, you know, just don't want to talk to anybody, you're certainly welcome to book an appointment on the website. You know, I mean, when you were sort of like, when you would do a model shoot, you know, guys watching, they see you in the magazine.
I have one tomorrow.
Right. I mean, you know, you are in a little bit of a different caliber. I mean, let's face it, there's guys that are looking at Penthouse to either pleasure themselves or whatever. And I think that when they see somebody of your caliber, somebody, if a man was going to approach you, he better be pretty confident.
He better be pretty sincere. That goes further. I think the true swag is, again, confidence. And in confidence is sincerity of your game. I mean, you got to buy it, and you have to know that you have it before you bring it to the court. You know, and if I'm the court, then sure.
Yeah. Well, let me interject that I'm very sincere and confident.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Okay,
Larry.
so
thank you for that.
yes, thank you.
Thank
Okay,
you. Good to know that.
Well, you know, look, I mean, I try to joke around a little bit because, you know, let's face it, every TV commercial, you're sitting there watching television. I mean, today's society, movies, it's all about sex. I mean, you see that
Always
in everything.
has been. Always has
and always have been, and always will be.
Always will be.
And one of the things that I really like about our clinic at Maxim is no matter what the health conditions, a gentleman can be overweight, diabetic, cardiovascular, heart trouble, high blood pressure, our methods work for him. He doesn't have to be embarrassed. And let's face it, you know, you're around, you work out, but you see people out there, men especially, even women, you know, overweight, have a lot of health conditions, and that's going to continue to grow.
It's epidemic.
Yeah.
Sure. It is epidemic. And it's, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, Larry. Changing my position here, guys. No pun intended.
Right. For the radio listening audience, that would have been good if they don't see you.
No, I do see people out and about, and I think that if they had confidence again of their game, they might try to get the game pieces in order. It's upsetting as a woman to see people let themselves go, and that does have a lot to do with sexuality. I mean, that's visceral, and you know, we're not going to ever get away from being sexualized beings, and you know, it's something we have to embrace and enjoy. It's part of life. So it's spice, right?
Right, sure. And if a man is not motivated, you know, I talked a little bit about the low testosterone, low libido, you know, besides not being able to get an erection, you know, a loss of motivation. you don't feel good when you get up in the morning. I have a lot of guys that go on the testosterone that besides getting their libido better, they feel better. Their testosterone level is higher. They're able to work better. Some of them just like the fact they can spend more time with their kids. You've probably noticed this. I mean, you see guys walking around today in their 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, pushing a baby carriage. You figure it's a grandson, and it's not. That's their child.
Baby daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, it does. Well, I mean, if you look again at the intrinsic being of the male being, I mean, you have chemicals just like females have those hormones and chemicals, and if there's something that's in a deficit, you know, you need to bring it back to normal.
Sure.
I mean, it's just not in balance. Your being's not in balance, and you're not enjoying different aspects of life, I would imagine. So all the way around, I think, you know, your love interests, your sexual partners, your kids, grandkids, anybody and everybody would benefit from seeing a fuller, more whole being. Come into Maxim and get that taken care of.
Absolutely, and I see the guys that come in that have, you know, been on the program. They're very, very happy. Another thing I always share on the program is, you know, we're very, very budgetable. I mean, the $150 a month, most guys can handle that to go on the program. It includes everything. There's no gimmicks. They see it in our billboards, in our newspaper ads. We really, you know, sure, we have to make a living and the clinic has to sustain, but our fees are so reasonable that a guy who'd be listening to the show and you saying something, there would be no reason for him not to call and come in and get the benefits of low testosterone or erectile dysfunction, weight loss, which we do. So guys, please give us a call, 561-459-3000. 561-459-3000. Of course, the website, MaximMen'sClinic.com, MaximMen'sClinic.com. And I always like to say that we have 3 locations. We're in West Palm Beach, right off of 95, Boca Raton, right off of Powerline and Palmetto, and of course Miami Beach, right over Arthur Godfrey. So there's no reason if you're in any of those areas not to book an appointment. I book same-day appointments. The only thing is we don't do walk-ins, but if you call in the morning, we can get you in that afternoon. And I always like the guy, Pet, that comes in the morning. He has an ED problem, and, you know, we hear from him the next day. I went home. Man, you know, what a difference.
Good night.
Yeah, and you're talking, and, you know, I say this. I mean, you'd be surprised, Pet, how long men are waiting. I mean, when they fill out the paperwork, I see guys, you know, how long has it been since you've had an erection? 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. They just stick their head in the sand.
Heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking to me. It really is, because, you know, that's just part of being a man, I would imagine, and just part of life and the fulfillment of life on all levels. And gosh, to have to suffer that long with that kind of burden, I just say come in. And y'all are so reasonable, like you said, with your payments and all. I don't think I think you want to help. You know, you want to be inviting, and you want your rate plans and your payments to be inviting, so that men do come in and get this taken care of.
Absolutely. And I want to talk a little bit, which I think is very important for the gentleman who has some ED issues with depression or anxiety. A lot of times they have to go on these medicines, and we have some things that really help that. So we're going to take a short break. Stay with us.
Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff. And like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men. They understand the sensitivity of issues such as ED or low T and provide a full range of options for treatments along with total privacy. If you sense that you just aren't quite the man you used to be and know you should be, start by taking the low T quiz at MaximMen'sClinic.com. Send it in. and take advantage of a free consultation. Or call Maxim at 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. Maxim Men's Clinic is conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. It's time to maximize your life. Get started today with Maxim Men's Clinic. Few things have more of an effect on a man's overall well-being than erectile dysfunction. Whether it's caused by low T or one of a number of other potential causes, ED is about a lot more than just sex. The professionals at Maxim Men's Clinic understand this. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, Maxim Men's Clinic was built by men for men. They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit MaximMen'sClinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up. Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff, and like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men. They understand the sensitivity of issues such as ED or low T and provide a full range of options for treatments along with total privacy. If you sense that you just aren't quite the man you used to be and know you should be, start by taking the low T quiz at MaximMen'sClinic.com. Send it in and take advantage of a free consultation. Or call Maxim at 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. Maxim Men's Clinic is conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. It's time to maximize your life. Get started today with Maxim Men's Clinic. Few things have more of an effect on a man's overall well-being than erectile dysfunction. Whether it's caused by low T or one of a number of other potential causes, ED is about a lot more than just sex. The professionals at Maxim Men's Clinic understand this. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, Maxim Men's Clinic was built by men for men. They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit MaximMen'sClinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up.
Okay, welcome back, and thanks so much for listening. I'm here with my co-host, Pet.
Hi there, Larry.
And, you know, one of the things that I want to talk about that I think is critical, that really, really knocks out a guy's sexual prowess, is depression, anxiety. They take these medicines for that, and the problem is the depression goes away, but it just saps the libido, or saps being able to get and maintain an erection. And with our program, Pet, as you know, even somebody on depression medicine, when he gives himself the dose, he's going to remain erect for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. And what a difference that he's going to know that, because I've always said that almost a man who gets an erection but can't maintain it, starts to have relations with his partner, and then, for lack of a better word, goes soft, is even worse than not being able to get it at all. And with this program, they're able to maintain, and what a difference it is for their partner, even from the female point of view.
I would imagine so. It takes it from an A ride to an E ride. So, you want to, you want that. Of course, and you see that all over the man's face too. I would imagine. You see hurt on his part, and feelings of insecurity, and being inept at this, that, and the other. It's just a whole quagmire of stuff. I think that sounds great. You were telling me about that earlier, and I think I think that's great. I mean, yeah.
And of course, the other big issue is what they call PE, which is what, as everybody knows, premature ejaculation. Again, where we counter that is an individual takes our dose and he has an erection for, let's say we set him at 30 minutes, so it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter that he finishes or doesn't or keeps going. For that 30 minutes, he remains erect. And what happens is that trains the memory.
My goodness.
Yeah, it trains the memory.
Trains something.
Yeah, sure. And I'll be more than happy to sample the medicines for you.
Thank you so much.
Right. But anyway, in all seriousness, a gentleman is able to maintain for a certain period of time and not have that embarrassment of the two-pump chump guy, he's done.
Right.
And if a man is, especially with a new woman, and let's say he's very excited, the problem is that he's very nervous because, we're going to go to have relations and I'm going to be done in 20 seconds.
Right.
This completely knocks that out. No other medicines do that. And I tell guys, I urge them, if they have PE or they have any type of something that's really blocking them, this works.
I would imagine that people are banging your doors down to get that. What are your numbers for that? Do you have a lot of patients that come in?
Absolutely, for the ED. And if you're listening, if you're in the car in the rain or listening or you're watching us, of course you can look at Pet. You don't have to look at myself so much. But 561-459-3000. 561-459-3000. Pet, I've always told you that my business, Maxim, we are looking for the most market penetration that we can get to.
Penetration is key.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a big word in my vocabulary.
And also, what have I told you before? That our programs, they're budgetable for what I like to call the working stiff out there. Okay,
Your double entendres are coming today, Larry. I'm impressed.
I had to get those out,
those
right?
Are good. Those are good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of business where we could keep on and on, but we do want to be.
The key is to keep on and on, and
right.
That's what you're trying to provide is
I just
to keep
said
on
that
and on.
again,
I mean,
exactly.
Look, I can only speak from say the bottom, from the bottom perspective, the female perspective. In my case, the keep on and on, and a 30-minute. Continuous session would be very, very pleasurable. I'd be knocking the doors down if I were men out there. Absolutely.
Thank you. 561-459-3000. 561-459-3000. And look, the way it works too, that I think is very nice and very economical, is the male comes into our office, does the paperwork, speaks with a doctor, and we actually give him that test dose in the office. I mean, he's sitting there sort of in a sterile environment, but we find out within 10 or 15 minutes, did the dose work? If it does, we set up a package for him. We give him then the doses, and boom, he's off to the races. And I'll tell you something, I've had guys
right out of the gate.
Yeah, I've had guys come in that they're in shock. I mean, literally, the tech or the nurse, male nurse, of course, walks in, and they literally will look and say, this is the first erection I've had in years.
I'm thinking it's Christmas coming up, it's the holidays coming up, so there's got to be some gift cards here or something, because this just sounds too good. I mean,
right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even thinking about it, getting some gift cards. So,
okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Pet, our doors are always welcome for you, so
Thank you.
no
Thank
problem.
You.
1-561-459-3000. Again, the website, if you'd like to make an appointment, you're certainly willing to go to the website, MaximMensClinic.com. And I'm spending a lot of time here on the erectile dysfunction because, It is so important, Pet. I mean, there's guys literally out there that just are embarrassed. And I'll tell you the other thing too. What happens is, and you've talked to friends or whatever, but what happens is they get in a rut, and the partner, the female partner, for example, knows he suffers for it, and maybe doesn't want to push him to do anything. And it just goes on. They come home, dinner, bed,
It's the same, and it's secular because one feeds the other. I mean, I can't imagine that would be hot. I mean, really hot to me if I knew this problem existed in my relationship, and my man all of a sudden fixed that for me, or included me in coming into Maxim and working with. I mean, that would just be hot. I mean, that'd get me going. I mean, I'm just saying, to know that he was that hot for me, that he couldn't stand not being inside me for much longer. He needed to get this fixed. So,
right.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really so well said, because I believe that a woman, like you said, hey, my husband went out and fixed this. And we're able. Let's do something. I
mean, y'all like when we go out to and get something yummy to put on and smell nice, and ditch the jogging shorts for the afternoon, put something sexy on. That's turning on to you, and part of the turn on is the fact that we've put effort forth in pleasing you, and finding what it was that stimulated you. And I can just reverse that to know that a man took care of business just to please me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to do what I got to do to please him in return. Trust me.
Thank you. And, of course, you can see Pet live at wwnnradio.com. Click on live. You're welcome to. I know me sometimes. If I'm listening to a woman, I sounds attractive. I want to run and look and see her on there, of course.
I want to thank everybody from, all the places, all my peeps for listening in. Great website, Model Mayhem, and, of course, Twitter and LinkedIn, all of the people that stay connected with me. This is just a great thing, and there should be shouting from the mountaintops about, hey, we can fix this. Let's just do it. Let's just.
Speaking of Model Mayhem, you have, I think, don't you have on their site like some of the commercials you've done for Maxim?
I have one. I do. I also have a little YouTube clip. I mention also, if you don't mind, Larry, I'm an animal activist,
of course.
And locally there are some fantastic groups. One of which is Cat Crusade, run by an amazing woman, Suzanne Williams, Pets in Distress, Alana. These people are saving lives every day. In fact, at Oakwood off of Sterling, they have a PetSmart over there, and they're having an adopt-a-thon this weekend from Friday through Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can go find your new best friend.
And what kind of, as far as adoption, cats, dogs?
Cats, dogs, loving little beings that just give from their hearts, and bless these people. I mean, they're tireless in their advocacy and their rescue, and it's just a great feeling to walk in there and see these little ones looking up. So go get yourself one, and then come into Maxim.
Right. Very nice. Okay. All right, sounds good. I want to talk a little bit after the break about some low T, some of the symptoms, some things that you've seen in guys, and to talk a little bit about some of our weight loss programs. You're welcome to call us at the break, 561-459-3000. We always have operators standing by. You book yourself an appointment. So stay with us.
Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff. And like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men.
I feel so lucky. I've never really been into sports, and as I aged, I started filling out and slowing down until I discovered Maxim. Their expert testosterone treatments restored my energy and my libido. Now, I feel like a kid again. And best of all, I'm mastering a form of exercise that I really love. Hey, practice makes perfect.
Call right now for a free consultation, only available for a limited time.
I've always wanted a beautiful woman to share special times with, but the secret to make a lady happy, that always eluded me until I discovered Maxim. There's no secret. It's all about caring, sharing, and being reliable. Someone she can count on every time for firm results. Hey, it feels better to give than receive.
Call right now for a free consultation, only available for a limited time.
They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit MaximMen'sClinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up. Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff. And like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men. They understand the sensitivity of issues such as ED or low T and provide a full range of options for treatments along with total privacy. If you sense that you just aren't quite the man you used to be and know you should be, start by taking the low T quiz at MaximMen'sClinic.com. Send it in and take advantage of a free consultation. Or call Maxim at 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. Maxim Men's Clinic is conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. It's time to maximize your life. Get started today with Maxim Men's Clinic. Few things have more of an effect on a man's overall well-being than erectile dysfunction. Whether it's caused by low T or one of a number of other potential causes, ED is about a lot more than just sex. The professionals at Maxim Men's Clinic understand this. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, Maxim Men's Clinic was built by men for men. They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit MaximMen'sClinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up.
Okay, welcome back.
Hi there.
Thanks so much for being on today, Pet. I know it was kind of nasty weather out there for the traveling, so you're a real good trooper for doing that.
Slippery when wet. Nothing wrong with that. Larry.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're getting some better ones than me. What I find a lot of men that come in are men, believe it or not, that aren't in relationships. Because what happens is they're in a relationship and maybe, God forbid, the woman passes away or they have a divorce and they've had ED for years, okay? And unfortunately, they're both sort of in the rut and they got away with it.
Right.
What happens is now that guy goes out on the market, he meets a woman and what is he going to say? They go out for a nice dinner and, oh, I've got trouble.
Not happening.
Right.
Not happening.
Yeah.
I mean, a woman... girl, diamonds are a girl's best friend, but not really. Wink, wink. I mean, you want your man to rock your world.
Yeah, and if you start to go into a new relationship, this is what happens. So
go into a new woman.
Exactly. So when he comes into Maxim, what happens is, I've had this before, where we do a test dose and it works, and then he says, well, you know what? All right, when I meet somebody, I'll come back in and get something. I say, no, it doesn't work like that,
right.
because all of a sudden now you meet a girl and you're going to run in. We don't know the test dose or what to give you the right medicine. So no, they get a package there. And now when they go out and meet somebody, they're done. They can go immediately.
Package.
Exactly.
Right.
So I tell men that even if you're single or you're not in a relationship, but you want to have that relationship, come into Maxim and get maximized.
And that's great. Get maximized because there's a lot to be said for sexual spontaneity. The setup is nice, and laying in bed and all that is great. But I mean, there are times you get inspired. You want to know. You want to know you can deliver.
You can deliver.
Your woman wants to know.
No,
you
can deliver. Right?
Sure.
Yes, and I can deliver. Anyway,
again, so good to know, Larry.
Well, the point being is this, and that is that the point being is this, that, and I don't want to lose that thought because I know we were joking, but no, it was very good, and that is that. Okay, I know what it was. That when men take some of the other medicines like a Viagra, Levitra, and Cialis, they take the medicine and they have to have some stimulation. It takes a little while or whatever. One of the nice things about our medicine is that you do have the spontaneity in the sense that once you take it, you're getting erect. You don't need them to do anything. She can come out in that beautiful outfit and boom, you're ready to rock and roll. And I really like that with our medicine.
She could be bent over doing the dishes, or I mean, there's just, like I said, that spontaneity.
Exactly.
That's the beast right there.
Right.
So.
And take it from Pet, okay? Penthouse Cover Girl.
Sure.
Go into Maxim, 561-459-3000, 561-459-3000. Of course, the website, MaximMen'sClinic.com. You can always book an appointment through the website. Don't be embarrassed. I mean, come on.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, I would feel what would be more of an embarrassment would be, winding
other
up
way.
in a position where you're not able to do what you long to do and what she's aching for you to do. I mean, she's laying there or standing there,
exactly.
Right. So
yeah,
come in and do that,
right.
Please, guys, come into Maxim.
Right. And I'm just thinking, all of a sudden they're in passion, that heat of the moment. She's not going to be satisfied with him reading quotes from Longfellow. Okay.
She wants some Longfellow. Let's put it that way. She doesn't want quotes. That's exactly right. Well,
and again, we like to be candid and joke a little bit about it, but I got to tell you, from a lot of men that come in where nothing has worked, by the time they come to Maxim, they are looking for something, because a lot of guys that finally eventually make their way to Maxim are guys that have tried other medicines, and because maybe there weren't a lot of medicines that didn't work, they called some 1-800 number for some extend, whatever it is they hear on the radio, doesn't work, some herbal pills. By the time they get to us, they're beat up, and they're normally, what can you do for me that's really going to work?
Seriously, I'm really very empathetic. I really can't imagine what a burden and what a weight that must be. I would say for the psychological freedom of it in and of itself, that would be something to pursue. I mean, it is a serious issue, and it is sad that somebody would choose to hide it as opposed to address it and live, part of life, live.
And sorry, one of the other things that I thought was very strong or very important is that we have a lot of different dosing methods. So, like, again, a guy goes and he gets Viagra, and there's usually 1 or 2 different dosages. So if it doesn't work or his body changes, unfortunately his diabetes got worse or whatever, he's done. With us, we have over 100 combinations. We can always say, oh, you know, your diabetes, maybe your sugar is a little bit higher, you have to go on some more medicine. We can adjust and tailor that.
Well, you have a doctor here.
Yeah,
so
I mean, sure, the doctor's on staff. But again, what you said earlier, what a relief it is when a guy knows that he's, even besides the erectile dysfunction, like, for example, what I talked about, the PE or maintaining erection, when he takes that medicine, he knows he's not taking a pill where, you know, maybe it'll work or the side effects are terrible. I've had guys tell me on some of the pills they've gotten, the side effects were so bad that they wouldn't have relations. And for a guy to not have sex because he had a bad side effect, let me tell you, is something. We don't get that.
Right. You know, and I would think that somebody would blame themselves, or perhaps think it was a deficit, you know, personal deficit. I think that this is physiological, and it seems to be across the board. So it just, again, like diabetes or something, if you have a health issue, that address it and increase your quality of life and, you know, the quality of lovemaking or screwing or whatever you want to say. Just good animal sex, you know, whatever. Whoever your partner is, do it for yourself.
Right, and it's not, I'm sorry, it's not going away, because if you look at the statistics, first of all, every night if you turn on the, usually CNN or Fox or ESPN, you're getting Viagra, Levitra, Cialis commercial. They're spending billions. Because guys today, unfortunately, as they get older, you know, they have conditions. Even as simple as somebody taking medicines for high blood pressure can give them ED. So it really is prevalent out there. And unfortunately, because of obesity, a lot of men who are somewhat overweight, this works for them. I mean, I've had guys that come in that were a little bit concerned because they were overweight. They take the medicine, they can have the relations.
But imagine how good a gentleman might feel to address this and know that all things were in order and working properly. They may even start to look at that overweight. I mean, that comes from a lack of self-esteem in some cases, perhaps. And, you know, what if you address that and you feel really dynamite about yourself? I mean,
and that's one of the things. I'm going to finish up a little bit when we come back from the break, because we didn't touch on it too much about the testosterone, where what happens is they go on the testosterone, they start to feel better, they have more energy, which gives them the impetus to get in the gym, start doing everything.
That's right. That's right. And a woman senses that.
Exactly. Exactly. 561 459 3000. 561 459 3000. Operators are always standing by. You can book the appointment. I mean, guys, come in. You cannot beat a free consultation, free test dose, Boca Raton, Miami Beach, West Palm Beach. Very conveniently located. Pet, as you know from being in our office, they come in, it's a short visit, they fill out paperwork, the doctor comes in for a few minutes, we don't waste a lot of time, we give them a test dose, or we pull their blood to see if they have a low T.
What else could you possibly spend time on that would be more valuable than yourself and restoring yourself?
Right.
I can't even imagine.
No, you couldn't have said it any better. I mean, the other thing, too, on the low T, which I'm going to talk about, is when a guy, you know, especially a guy over 40 years old that's, you know, working his butt off, maybe has kids at home, his quality of life improves because all of a sudden he has that extra energy, maybe to put in a little bit more time with the kids. The wife appreciates that. Work, he can work a little bit. Guys that come in that have the low T symptoms are guys that have dinner and fall asleep. Now the wife says, come on, let's do something. They're exhausted. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to take one final break before we come back. We're going to get into a little bit of low testosterone. Pet's going to talk a little bit on some of the things that she's working on. I think also maybe mention again about the this weekend, the adoption, the adopt-a-thon for the pets.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for listening, and stay with us.
Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff. And like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men. They understand the sensitivity of issues such as ED or low T and provide a full range of options for treatments along with total privacy. If you sense that you just aren't quite the man you used to be and know you should be, start by taking the low T quiz at maximmensclinic.com. Send it in and take advantage of a free consultation. Or call Maxim at 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. Maxim Men's Clinic is conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. It's time to maximize your life. Get started today with Maxim Men's Clinic. Few things have more of an effect on a man's overall well-being than erectile dysfunction. Whether it's caused by low T or one of a number of other potential causes, ED is about a lot more than just sex. The professionals at Maxim Men's Clinic understand this. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, Maxim Men's Clinic was built by men for men. They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit maximmensclinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up. Studies indicate that 1 in 4 men over 30 have low testosterone levels. And let's be honest here, it's more than just a lack of energy and reduced sex drive. Recent studies have shown that men with low T have a reduced life expectancy overall. So this is serious stuff, and like any important medical issue, you need the best professional care. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, the staff at Maxim Men's Clinic is a men's health clinic in Boca Raton with a team of professionals dedicated to the high standards of service that you demand and deserve. Each member of our staff is highly trained, offering you clear, respectful communication and great advice every time you visit. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men. They understand the sensitivity of issues such as ED or low T and provide a full range of options for treatments along with total privacy. If you sense that you just aren't quite the man you used to be and know you should be, start by taking the low T quiz at maximmensclinic.com. Send it in and take advantage of a free consultation. Or call Maxim at 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. Maxim Men's Clinic is conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. It's time to maximize your life. Get started today with Maxim Men's Clinic. Few things have more of an effect on a man's overall well-being than erectile dysfunction. Whether it's caused by low T or one of a number of other potential causes, ED is about a lot more than just sex. The professionals at Maxim Men's Clinic understand this. Led by Dr. Herbert Fitchman, Maxim Men's Clinic was built by men for men. They know how important it is to be able to satisfy your partner and yourself. They understand how sensitive the issue is and how much you need to feel like part of the club again. It's about being a man, being the man you know you're supposed to be, and you can be. Maxim offers state-of-the-art treatments for every type of ED. Call today to schedule a consultation. Maxim Men's Clinic's number in Boca Raton is 561-459-3000. That's 561-459-3000. The offices are conveniently located at 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210. Don't wait. It's time to maximize your life. Visit maximmensclinic.com for more information or call 561-459-3000 and find out how Maxim Men's Clinic can restore you to your full potential. Man up.
I'd have to look. Thanks so much and welcome back to the show. I think one of the things, and I didn't really touch too much on it of this show, I've done it before, Pet, is the low testosterone. Now, Time Magazine 2 weeks ago on the front cover talked about testosterone being the $2 billion industry, and it's going to continue to grow. Why? Men, the same thing as women, but men don't want to age. And if they can take something to have the edge, they're going to do it. They've done numerous studies. They haven't found a lot of major side effects with this, men being on it. They did one study of men who had heart trouble that were older that did testosterone. They absolutely don't recommend that. I mean, they have to go through our standards before they get on it.
Of course.
But the difference is with a guy with low T, when he comes in, he's overweight. He has lost his libido. As a matter of fact, his erection strength and height is a little bit less. Tired after meals. I've seen guys come in, even just after a couple months, Pet, that, wow, solid, built, feel life. They love it. And it's working for them.
Well,
and you can see a difference in a guy like that.
Well, testosterone is not simply, as I've learned through you and through some reading, just a chemical for sex. It's a male hormone. I mean, you need this to function on any level. And I mean, for myself, I like a man that has a little maturity anyway. So I mean, it's not as if you want to have a man that has maturity and not be able to perform. He knows how to do it, so now he'll be able to do it. So that's kind of the thing.
But like you said too, not just the sex; it's a low hormone, and if he has that low level, he feels it. And I've always said this on the show before, that a guy who gets his testosterone levels up, he almost gets that little edge, like he can work a little bit harder. Maybe he runs a business, or he's working at a job that he wants to get ahead. He can work a little bit longer, because a lot of times he'll get, let's say, another hours a day worth of energy. His wife, sometimes when they have kids, where he's not as tired. And listen, I know women, you give the kids a bath and get them to bed, and you're getting late.
You're getting something, okay? You are getting something. What you're getting is gratitude, and that does turn a woman on. Oh, he's there for me, and
he's got the energy to take the kids out or take me to dinner.
And my Superman,
Yeah,
absolutely. And then you want to do a little horizontal thing that's all right too.
Exactly. Right, so take it from myself and Pet, Maxim Men's Clinic, 561-459-3000, 561-459-3000. Pet, you said earlier on one of the last segments, and I would like you to do it. I'm an animal advocate myself. What's going on this weekend?
Well, Hollywood, you have Sterling Road, right off of Sterling Road where the Dave & Buster's is. There's a PetSmart. It's called Oakwood Plaza. And in right, in that PetSmart, Cat Crusade, a great organization here in Broward, shows their adoptable cats and kittens, and there's an adopt-a-thon going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you could go find your little furry pal. And I think that there are a couple of different organizations there. A lot of animals that need loving homes, and I know you are yourself an advocate and voice for them. I appreciate that.
What about, and just in case somebody is listening that would be interested, do these animals that are adopted, are they screened? Do they have shots? How does that work?
Absolutely. And that's where the donations go to, is full vetting, neuter spay. You also get your shots. And these animals are in good health. They're not being brokered, they're being adopted, and you fill out paperwork. And one of the big reasons Suzanne's a big hero of mine, home visits, so that you want to make a good pairing, you want to make a good coupling, very much the way Maxim wants to make a good coupling. It's kind of the same thing. You want a symbiotic love there. This is going to be a little companion of yours. Sure.
Yeah, and if you've been thinking about something, and certainly I know, like yourself, animal lovers always advocate to, adopt rather than go to some of these, breeders or mills and things.
Absolutely, because that just perpetuates the incessant and cruel, inhumane breeding practices of people that are backyard breeders, people that do it unscrupulously. Let me just say this, Larry. If my man came to Maxim and got everything well, you know, rocking and rolling, and then he showed up with a little fluffy kitty too. Oh my gosh.
Right.
I can't even. I mean, I'm cooking in the kitchen, in the bedroom. I mean, I'm cooking everywhere for him, you know.
I know. I've seen that in movies where the guy buys the little dog, the
Oh,
precious
my
dog,
gosh, you know,
walks
so-
around the beach.
Oh,
yeah.
that's it. My hero.
Unfortunately, of course, I've never had to do that with my prowess,
Certainly
you know,
not.
so forth. I
Certainly
don't need
not.
the props.
Certainly
but
not.
look, a lot of guys, you know, they do. What can I say?
Hey, look,
But-
you know, a little pussy cat is always a nice thing. It's always a
Exactly.
nice
Couldn't
thing.
have said it better. Guys, if you heard that and you don't pick up the phone, I don't know what else we could say.
Dial those numbers. Dial those numbers.
MaximMensClinic.com, 561-459-3000, 561-459-3000. Operators always standing by. And what I like is when you call in, it's confidential, of course. They, you book the appointment. One of the things too and you've seen this in the office, what I like is when the patient comes in, they don't sit in the waiting room. In other words, we give him the paperwork, he goes right into the office, fills out his stuff, and not that he's got to be embarrassed, but let's face it, guys don't want to sit in a big room, looking at each other.
Well,
It's
the
just
male ego is intact and is healthy and should be, and that is what you're serving as well by getting this taken care of. You have that male ego, and sure, you wouldn't want to be sitting in a waiting room with other men that perhaps are having the same difficulties.
Right, the same
You want to get it
difficulty.
going on. You want to get it going on.
Yeah,
Sure.
Of course. Now, if I was in the waiting room with everybody, I'd probably look well. I'm here for the low T, not
That's
the other.
right. Exactly.
We kid around, and we kid around a little bit in the office, because it's all men, but we are very serious. I mean, a guy comes in, and we're there for him day and night. We'll have a situation. I've had situations before where they'll call at 11 o'clock at night and say, I forgot how to take the dose, and I'm in the bathroom. Okay, she's out there, and our tech will talk them into it, tell them what to do. And boom,
If they come
they're
into
good.
Maxim, Larry, I'll be there I'll be there day and night. I mean,
Yes.
you need to take care of this, guys. I mean, sincerely, you're not going to be judged poorly by taking care of it. I would say more the other way. If you hide it and you don't handle your problem, you're not going to handle your woman, and
Exactly.
That's you're not going to handle yourself. Quality of life, guys.
Sure.
Quality of life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Pat, thanks so much for being the
My
co-host today,
pleasure,
and
Larry.
we'll
My
see you all
pleasure.
next week.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to the Maxim Men's Hour, brought to you by Maxim Men's Clinic, 7000 West Camino Real, Suite 210 in Boca Raton. Maxim Men's Clinic is run by men for men, so they understand the sensitive nature of ED or low T. Find out more on their website, MaximMensClinic.com, and be sure to call 561-459-3000 to make an appointment. Tune in again next time for more on the Maxim Men's Hour with your host, Lawrence Kay. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were